What is up? I'm your host, Gabby, and welcome to the Shit My Roommate Says podcast. Come vibe with my guests and I as we share our stories and open up about the taboo topics that roam around in most people's minds. All right, welcome back to the Shit My Roommate Says podcast. I'm your host, Gabby, and today we have with us someone very requested for the podcast. With great pleasure, I welcome Ashley Springer.
Hello.
I could have kept on with all of your nicknames, but I felt like it would have been those long scrolls from the medieval times.
Yeah, just in your pocket, just which one do you want to be today? Yes.
I prefer neighbor. You've always been neighbor to me.
Yes, well, you are still neighbor in my phone. Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
I am so excited to have you. I waited for this to be able to record with you. I don't know, maybe I hyped it up a lot in my head, but I feel we're only 30 seconds into this and I'm not even fucking disappointed yet.
Me neither. I'm ready to go. I know we've been trying to plan this and now it's here and it's going to happen. It is happening right now. Yeah.
Well, for being a new listener to the show, I know you've kind of caught a few episodes you could here and there. We like to start off with you introducing yourself, telling us a little bit about you and, segueing into how we met. So feel free to take it away, ma'am. Once upon a time.
Yeah, so I am Ashley, also known as Smash, or in Gabby's world, Neighbor. I live in the southern region of Texas, where we have met. I have a little kiddo. He is 7, just turned 7. And I mean, I'm just here for a good time. Ready to do this.
Always and forever, baby.
Yeah.
So please, this is probably one of the best stories I have in my life because of course it's opened up so many adventures and avenues for me. Tell these lovely people how we fucking met.
So back yonder in the year of 2009,
something like that.
Gabby and I used to be neighbors in apartments, and we lived on the first floor and she lives on the second floor. And it was one of those who the hell are you kind of people, that she knocked on our door and asked if we wanted to join her Halloween party. And I thought, I don't know you, but
I invited you so you wouldn't call the cops on
Yes, that's where I was going. This is probably because she doesn't want me to turn her into, the front office. But ever since then, it was kind of getting to know each other, and we would have craft days, and then you'd watch my dog, walk my dog, and history was made.
History was made, dude.
Yes.
It all started seeing you in your scrubs coming home, because I think we had close schedules to where I think our lunch hours were close to each other.
Yeah.
And I always saw you with your fucking Subway bags walking into your house. I'm like, okay. And I always thought, I was like, she's really pretty. She looks like a bitch.
What sucks is I get that a lot. So and I guess I don't see it, or because I can't see my own face, but when I talk to people, they're kind of standoffish. She looks like she could be evil. But once I get to know somebody, and the tension has been released, I always get the, and I don't know who could tell you this, I'm pretty sure everybody could, but I always get the, when I first met you, I really thought you were a bitch. Just your face. I'm like, oh,
don't get me wrong. I probably was zoning in on your and you know me, I'm one to people watch. It's one of my favorite activities.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when I would see you, and it's in passing, you didn't know I was looking at you. You did not know these things. So you're just walking to your house all happy dandy, with your fucking lunch. And I'm just maybe it's just the way your face looked, maybe it's just your resting bitch face, but you were a little intimidating. And I guess for the fact not that you aren't now, but You're really pretty.
Thank you.
Like, you know, those, what is it? Those beach babes and stuff. I'm like, she look really pretty. And so I was like, okay.
Oh, thank you.
And that's because Mr. Before was actually going to be the one that went down there and was like, you know, hey, whatever. And I was like, no, you're awkward. Let me go down. And he was like, all right, whatever. You know, so that's when I went and knocked, and that's where I was like, no, I really want to knock because I just want to like introduce myself and, you know, see where it goes. And then from there it was history.
And then from there it was, hey, I'm gonna do some crafts, you down. I'm like, I love crafts. Why not? I got wine. Match made in heaven. Like,
I think we made wine glasses, glitter wine glasses.
We did.
Something.
Yeah.
Yes.
We only got so far, but I mean, we did it.
Wanted to drink out of
yeah, we wanted to be fancy. It was like when Pinterest was starting to become a really big thing.
It
so
really
like
was.
we have to get all of the fun craftiness. We had all the stuff, and we would watch each other's dogs and walk each other's dogs, and that's what neighbors are for. Like, it was a good time.
I remember all of our like midnight escapades, jumping in the pool.
Oh, escapades. Yeah. And like the house parties, the game nights, the dinners.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I think you had a key to my apartment. I mean, you could have made the key to my apartment, but
not necessarily. I did not work there. I did not work for that place, you know, until after the fact. So no. I don't remember. I think I was still at.
You were at Olive Garden?
I was gonna say, I think I was still at Olive Garden.
Yeah, because I remember you like knocking on my door to come to your Halloween party, which, by the way, I should have just gone to, and I should have never done what I did, you know, that night. But you were in your white button-up and your black pants, and you were like, hey, I just want to send you an invite. By the way, please don't call the cops because it would be really loud. Which you weren't. You guys weren't. So it was.
It's because I tried really hard because I was like, I don't know if they were going to be home. I think I had saw Hubs's truck out there, and that's where I thought, I was like, maybe they might be home. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, I know for a fact like there was going to be so many people in the apartment. You were already going to hear like the feet. The last thing I wanted was like bass to the walls and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I tried really hard to just be courteous. So I was that hostess with the mostest that was like, all right, let's come in, have a great time. They're quiet.
You're like, I really want to make friends with these people. I have to live above them for this year.
I have to live with her.
Yeah.
We already got, you know, the calls here and there sometimes, and it was fun getting those texts. Yeah. I was just like, all right, just gotta go now. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the heads up. Glad you could hear me. Some of the best friendships made, man. Some of the best friendships made.
Oh, that was too good.
I love it.
That was probably like, I don't know. If I could pick anywhere, it'd be like that apartment, because it was like you said, like midnight escapades, house parties, dinner parties, game nights,
trips to the beach, trips to the lake, going on the platoon boat with our mutual friends.
Yes.
It was all of it. It was all of it.
You know, shotgunning beers. Like,
y'all taught me how to shotgun beers.
We taught you how to shotgun beer.
The Spasmatics concerts and Brewster Street. Mind you, viewers, like I said, we met in Corpus, and this is all maybe around, I'm like, how old was I? So 2010, 2011. Yeah. Like right about that time. Yep. And so, man, we had no cares.
No cares,
dude.
We didn't even care if we had money in our pockets. We were doing stuff.
Fuck yeah. I remember there were so many nights Mr. Before was like, I'm locking the deadbolt. You're not home yet. And I'm like, fucking lock it. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I got this right here. I'm fine. And I'm pretty sure I slept on the couch with Maggie.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
It is what it was. Yeah. But why I have you on today is because I feel it was only fitting. For one, I think this was a seat that was made for you, or at least an occasion. You know, we're going to be airing this on Saturday, February 13th, which just so happens to fucking be Galentine's Day.
Galentine.
Galentine's. Yeah. Yes.
I feel like I need a throw now. Like, you talked it up so much. Like, where's my
I'm good,
throw?
right?
Like,
I'm a hype girl at heart. We're our episode is Galentine's, people. It's the Galentine's special. Celebrating those female friendships. Sorry, had to stretch there. It got me. I'm telling you, working 9 to 5. Just kidding. I get tired after a while. But yes, so today is our Galentine's special. We are celebrating the female friendships, and a lot of which started with Ashley, for at least me, and I'm pretty sure half of Corpus Christi.
And the surrounding areas.
Small towns included.
Yes, very, very much so.
How many people would you say you have introduced me to that you don't even have to be in the room now, and all of us are lifelong friends now too?
Well, I mean, just with the last podcast you posted, that's one.
Erica.
I mean, it could be from anywhere, because like my previous employment, I mean, I worked that job almost 10 years. So that's 10 years of family-based friendship, you know? So anytime we did something, I included you, like, hey, we're gonna go do this, let's do that. Hey, we're gonna go to Olive Garden for dinner, would you like to come? Even though you just worked a 10-hour shift, like, come with us, you know?
Yes.
And then of course, like, it's when you meet them, it's also, I have mutual friends with them, you know? So it's like your little like pyramid, you know, like, this one person is going to know these 3 people, and you're going to meet all of them. And now you're going to meet 3 more people, you know? So, I don't want to call myself a social butterfly, but obviously I'm so outgoing that I am a social butterfly. But it's good to have, like, when you make the friendships that you have, you love these people, that you want other people to meet these people, you know? Like, take Erica, for instance, you know, we've already talked about Erica. We love Erica. Send love her
Always.
way. Anytime I hang out with her, like, great time. If I get you to come hang out with Erica in person, like, together, it's going to be an even greater time. You know, like, I'm glad, like, you have been able to meet the great South Texas area friends that I have, but I mean, there are memories that you have also kept in mind also. So I'm so glad that I could introduce you to all these people.
I'm trying to think of a number, and no joke,
it's a lot.
At least 100, at least.
Yeah,
because anywhere when I would go visit Corpus, you know, just here and there, it was like, hey, how are you doing? Have you seen Smash? Oh my God, what are you doing? It's been forever. La, 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 la. I'm like one every corner.
Yeah.
It's like a gas
You're
station.
welcome. Yeah. Whataburger. Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot. Yeah.
I love it though. I recall so many memories. I'm trying to think. My 21st birthday was probably hands down one of my favorites, because you basically just planned without me even realizing it. You just orchestrated this whole idea and told Mister before, like, all right, we're gonna go do this, gotta go, you know, she'll call you later, don't keep the door unlocked, bye. And I remember that. I remember my first Spasmatics concert. Whaley.
Obviously, shotgunning your first beer.
Shotgunning my first beer.
Yes.
Whaley was a huge part of it. That one is probably one of my favorites. My God, dude. Just getting drunk in your backyard singing NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Oh, good times.
I love it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good time for sure. I mean, you don't even have to be anywhere specific. Like, you're going to have a good time. Well, like you said, whether it's in my backyard singing in sync, or if it's at the beach shotgun and beer, like, you are going to have a good time.
How would you say, with the friendships you've made, you know, throughout time, how would you say you've been able to, would you say like building the friendships came easily for you, like just naturally, or?
So it's like a hit or miss. Being a social butterfly, it doesn't always have its perks. You know, you could be like really annoying, like, okay, this bitch is way too happy. I
We've
definitely
met some
like,
of those.
yes, we have. But for instance, my best friend, I've known her since 5th grade. We did not like each other at first. We thought each other, hated each other because we would give nasty looks. And now look at us. It's, you know, friendship ever since. So it's like, we clear there on that. Like,
I would
we had no
never have thought
idea.
that.
Yeah. Bill, I mean,
BFF, right?
yes.
Okay.
BBBFF. Yes.
That's how I was like, BBF.
BBBFF. Yes. So, I mean, we've known each other for a long time. I've known Erica for a very long time also, but I didn't hang out with her all so often. It kind of came with, like, we worked together, and then that's how we kind of, I guess, like, built that friendship. When you work with somebody every day, you see them, I mean, you see them more than your family. Like, that is your second family. So those friendships that you build, they come a little bit easier because you have to kind of deal with these people on a daily basis. But
I can remember stories.
Yeah, to build the relationship, to build the friendship, it's taking that initial step, like, hey, I'm Ashley, new here, can you help me, that kind of thing. That's how I met a lot of these friends that I have. Or they come up to me, hey, I saw you from a distance, you look cool, you're like really pretty. I'm such and such. But to start it and hold it, you do have to work on it, as if you were, you know, working on like a relationship with your significant other or anything like that. To maintain it, it's like making sure you're checking in, you know, like, hey, thought about you, do you remember that one time, you know, like, what the one that always gets me with you is that damn turtle, the window to the
window. I love that thing. I see it all the time. I love it.
Or bridesmaids, like that, like anytime. Like, it's the thought, it's the memory. But to maintain it is like keeping in contact with your friends. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Zoom, text, phone call, a Facebook post, you know, like, hey, remember this. You know, it's easy to maintain, but it's to keep it going, like, it does have to be kind of 50-50, you know.
I still remember, I don't know if you remember, and I'm sure once I bring it up you will, the blue bowl that has the fish on the inside. It was like one of your old cereal bowls.
Yes, I was thinking Little Mermaid, but yes, I know it. I know what you're talking about. The hard plastic.
Yes, and it's in my house still now. It's the one bowl, like, that does not match out of anything. And even Chef is like, why do we have this? And I was like, that's my cereal bowl. And I'm like, don't you touch my cereal bowl. It's the perfect ratio and proportion of milk and cereal. Don't you?
I got that bitch for like 50 cents at Walmart.
I love that bowl. I've kept that bowl forever. But anytime
Yeah.
I'm feeling down or something, like, I go and naturally, just without even a thought process on it, I grab my bowl and I like pour me something in it. And I'm just, by the time I get to it, like, I see the fish at the bottom. I'm like, fucking Ashley. And I just like, I'm like, oh, like, it's just the idea. It's like, even just knowing it's that little thing for me. It's like, I stole her fucking bowl. So that way, when I'm feeling down, I'm going to remember eating out of this bowl. And I'm going to be like, I stole it out of her house when she was moving.
Yeah. I think on my fridge, well, it's now in a garage fridge, but I still have the picture of you and I on my wedding day, like in my mother-in-law's house, like chugging that champagne. I'm like, I'm fucking nervous.
I remember that. We're like getting ready to leave, you know, just so you could go say I do. I think we were going to go take your pictures at that. No. We had just come back from taking your pictures at the pond, and we were getting ready to leave. Everybody was getting in their cars, and everybody's like, "Where's Ashley? Where's Ashley?" Bitch, you were in the fridge. You were getting your juice. You were getting your champagne, and you're like, "No, I need this." And I was like, "Okay, we need this." And
I wasn't ready to go.
You were not ready.
And you had to like finish putting my shoes on because I couldn't reach.
I got you. Yeah. That's what I was there for.
Yeah.
Well, I always like to say, I was like, I might not have been a bridesmaid, but I was like an honorable mention.
I was my photographer, so I mean, you were pretty important.
I was a very important photographer.
Yes, you were a great need.
Hell yeah, dude! Honorable mention. I'm still gonna keep my little star right here. I still have your bouquet.
Well, I hope so. I worked really hard on it.
I know. I kept it. It's like, I was like, oh, I like it. It's going to look perfect in my house. Still does all these years later. And I'm
so glad.
Bad girl jewelry tries to play with them. Like, you better put that back. Put it back right now. It's not a toy.
Auntie Smasher will not be happy.
Hell yeah. Has there ever been any moments where like you know how you're one that introduces people naturally and makes allows other to kind of build friendships off of you? Have you ever been in that instance where you weren't somebody's cup of tea?
I hate to say I really don't know, but honestly, I don't know.
Or has anybody ever just not been yours?
I mean, I've come into that instance where I've met somebody and they've kind of put like a bad taste in my mouth. And once you kind of have that, you're like, I don't want to get too close to this person. Even if it's somebody else's really good friend, I don't want to discourage them because, they might treat them really well. They might, have their back no matter what. But if we are going to build that relationship, it's going to be like, you're going to have to build that trust for sure. Cause I just don't know about you. I mean, I say it jokingly. There are times where I'm like, hey, I'm going to introduce you to this person, but just be aware of what they say. Please don't be offended so easily.
It's so funny you said that. That's what me and Erica said. I was like,
I'm pretty sure I'm the one who said
I told Erica nonchalantly, I was like, somebody told me, to be like weary of you because, you're abrasive. And she's like, it's probably Ashley. I was like,
it was probably me.
It was.
I mean,
it was so funny.
I want to give people the heads up because some people who aren't around that often and who don't take it with a grain of salt, I want them to be prepared because I don't want them to, like for somebody to be really great, really awesome, for instance, like example, if I was to introduce somebody to you, it would be like, hey, Gabby's really great. She, this is who she is. By the way, she might say the F-bomb like 5 times. So I don't know how this person would handle that. Like I'm giving them the heads up because I don't want them to walk into a conversation when you're all F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. And they're like, so
I feel like I've gotten better about it, but Siri didn't even know how to respond.
Calm down, Siri.
To me like, saying the F-bomb all the time.
Yeah, it said F-bomb like
bomb, 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 bomb.
Yeah.
No, I've been told that sometimes. I know for sure that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not necessarily in the instance that like I don't feel like we wouldn't get along because I feel like I'm very versatile. I can get along with pretty much anybody, but if there is just a vibe about you or an energy that we just aren't going to mix, then I'm going to definitely subtract myself from that equation and just be like, bow out, but I know with me, it's kind of, I pride myself on honesty. So it's kind of, it's to the point where you want me to be honest. But sometimes people don't really ask for the honesty. They kind of want you to still tell them what they want to hear. And that's where I don't agree. So that's where I know I've had to exit and end friendships because I just couldn't be what they needed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I knew we weren't going to work because as much as it's taken me to just be a woman within my own self, it's like, you need to learn that little bit of clarity. Like, you need to understand, like, friends are there to support you. Friends are there to lift you up. And I say guide and mentor, but like, I feel like we're all kind of like, you know, those low-key sisters to each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So if you can't find that within yourself, like, you need to fix it first.
Yeah. And you don't want to be that person where you end up being a bad friend, you know, because like rumors, it spreads, you know, like, oh, don't call her. Like, if you really need somebody, like, I want to make sure you call me, I'm there, you know, you need something, I am there. I would hate for somebody to not call me because I put a bad taste in their mouth, you know, if they really needed somebody. So
that brings me to like a really good point with like our friendship, you know. I can agree with you, especially with us, with our friendship. You know, we've known each other, what did we say, like almost 9 years? Nine?
Yeah, about 9 years or so.
Yeah, 9 to 10 or so. And that means it's a lifetime, by the way. That's what wifey told
me. Yeah, because it's what, 7 years is
7 years is a lifetime. It's considered that you'll be friends forever. So we're stuck with each other. Hello, congratulations, happy Galentine's Day.
Where are my chocolates?
Beige, where mine for a share.
Okay.
I have a candy bar in the fridge.
Help me, I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor. This is what do they call it? Peanut Grigio. I'm just kidding. Fuck that, I can't drink that shit. You want to know how poor we are? We enjoy the bottles of cheap wine. That's what we get drunk off of nowadays. It's momming for you.
Yeah, balling on a budget.
Hell yeah, about it. All day, every day. I feel the one thing that I have been very proud of with our friendship is that, like you said, you want those friends that you're able to call and know that they're going to be there at any given moment. I moved from Corpus 2014, so 7 years ago now, you know, coming up to 7 years. And I've been there through, like, kiddo was born right before I left, but I was able to see that part of your life, you know, turn. I was able to visit all the time and, you know, be there. I would stay at your house on your couch, you know, like, I got to visit all the time. And the one thing that I always loved about our friendship is that it did survive a long distance, you know, because we both moved from Corpus. Technically, you went to, you know, one of the residing cities like around it, and I moved to San Antonio. You know, I moved back home. And most friendships, especially when you're young 20s, mid 20s, like, they're not anticipated to last, you know. Like, everybody has their different lives going on, and somehow, like, I just felt like maybe our friendship, we knew that our friendship was so strong that it defied the odds of that long distance. It was never something that even played a factor. Like, miles were just something that we added on the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying. Like, it was harder, of course. Like, I couldn't be like, hey, you should come over today, but it's going to be like 3 hours before you get here, you know. I mean, I made the trips to your sonogram, like I made the trip to your baby shower. It's nowadays, like, being moms and working, you know, it is harder to get away, you know, just to get in a car and go like you would in your 20s, you know, like you didn't have,
like we did all the
responsibilities.
Packed a bag, headed to Ingleside and Portland and Rockport and everywhere. Just
and
went.
you didn't have a care in the world. But I mean, in order to keep a friendship alive in where we are now, like 30s, well, almost 30s, and with your friends who have families and work, and, you know, they have their busy lives, like, it's good to sit down and have like a Zoom group or a messenger group, you know, or a Sunday fun day, like just your girlfriend. Like you don't even have to go out and club at 10 o'clock at night. Like give me champagne by 11 a.m. on a Sunday. I'll be in bed by 2. I only need 3 hours with you girls.
Thank you.
Get my mom drunk on, and that's fine. So I mean, the friendships like here and far, it's the best way to go. It's just like keep in contact with your friends. Like they need to know that you didn't forget about them, and vice versa, you know?
Agreed. It was nice. Like when I was pregnant with Bad Girl Jewelry, I was going through it. Like I was feeling 1,000,001 emotions. And when I saw your text message that you're like, all right, we're almost there. And I was like, you're fucking coming. You're coming. I was like, don't play with my emotions. I'll have this baby right here. Like and I know it sounds silly to say, like, you know, like I had so many people there supporting and showing love for Bad Girl Jewelry, but I was so excited that you and Bonus Mom came.
Yeah.
And
it was
that
good.
was just like the highlight of my day. It's like, you didn't have to stay for the whole thing. You showed up for like an hour and a half, and that made my evening, you know? I was just like,
I'm there for my friends.
Once a neighbor, always a neighbor.
Yeah, always.
I look back at different things, and I do say, like, you know, it and to me it helped me to kind of understand what the meaning of like a best friend is, you know, because I feel like the term is used so loosely sometimes that people forget what that meaning is. And there are times where I'll say, like, this person is my best friend, and then I realized, well, you know what, like that was me in my younger years. Like this was me as I've gotten older. I don't necessarily say I have a lot of best friends. I do have like a close circle, but I've always considered you one of those best friends because I've always valued our friendship to just be so golden. It was just effortless. It always was just effortless.
Yeah.
If you knew then what we know now, what would be some of your things you would want to tell like our younger selves?
Go to the upstairs party and don't go out clubbing.
Okay, so I got to go back to this. So you went clubbing then that Halloween instead of coming up to your beach's party.
I did, and also played this game called Mary Kate and Ashley, and got super drunk before I left. But anyways.
Nobody knows what Mary Kate and Ashley is over here. And when I try and explain it, because I haven't played it in so long, you'll have to send me the directions because I want to tell people what it is. And
I will send it to you because one of the girls at work thinks I'm just making shit up.
No, it was like 2, 4, 6.
So it's like 4 rounds, and each round goes up 2 drinks. So first round, you have to guess the card being red or black.
Red or black.
You hold on to that card. You get it right, you give out 2 drinks. You get it wrong, you give or take 2 drinks. The next round is you have to guess if your next card is going to be higher or lower than the card you already have. You get it right, you give out 4 drinks. Get it wrong, take 4 drinks.
In the middle or outside, right, is the next one?
In or out, yeah. And then the last one is you have to guess the suit of the card, which is 8 drinks, which nobody ever gets right. But if they do, I swear they're cheating. I got it one time.
I think you even said I was cheating.
Yeah. And then you do this whole like weird school bus thing, you know, but I mean, it's a good party game. If you want to
it is a really good party game. I was trying to tell somebody about it. And I was like, it's called Mary Kate. It's called Mary Kate. And I couldn't remember all of it. I was like, it's called Mary Kate. I was like, look up Mary Kate. Google fucking Mary Kate drinking game. Nothing pops up.
But you couldn't text me. What?
Bitch, I was drunk.
What a friendship. I'll let it slide this one time, but
in the famous words of Taco, I'm drunk. I had a moment. I bet she hasn't said that in a minute now that she's.
I have not heard her say that in a minute, and I really need her to say it very soon.
am waiting to have her on because I want to do an episode specific to like how do I explain Taco? That is one of our other Galentines, you know, like
yeah.
I love that. I love that woman.
Yeah, she's a good time for sure.
She is okay. Exactly that. She is a fucking good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think she was part of my surprise celebration for my birthday.
And yeah, she was there.
And mm-hmm. I just remember all of us on the dance floor freaking just yeah, being drunk messes. Oh my god.
When we were supposed to be home at 11, but it was like 1 and we all had to work the next day.
Except no. I didn't. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. We took off. You and me took off. I remember that.
Did I?
Yes, we did. Because you had texted me like hours before. You were unsure the day before. And you were like, bitch, guess who just got the day off? And I was like, oh, bitch. Is it you? And you're like, it's me. I was like, oh. Yeah, I remember that. I think we even like brunched it up like the next morning or something.
Yeah.
You made your bomb ass breakfast.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, I will drive down to where you're at just for that fucking breakfast again. Those fried eggs, hell yeah.
Making me meat fried egg.
We could go on and on about different things. I'm trying to think. What is your fondest memory of our friendship? What is your like, give me your top 3. Let's give these people a little bit of insight of the neighbors.
All right. Not trying to make it racy. So I would have to say
you signed an NDA. I'm just kidding.
I just must tell people that. I would say the top 3 would have to be in no specific order. Would be 1, your reaction to finding out bad girl was a girl.
Oh my god.
I was pissed. Oh my god, you were so mad. Another one
you can tell people. I want you to understand. You can feel free to share my fucking emotion at this moment.
But okay, well then I have two memories left. So my kiddo and I arrived to her sonogram appointment and we're all pumped. She knew it was going to be a boy. Hoped and prayed it was a boy. This room was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It's like a sectional, had like a big screen projector so you could see the sonogram while she's behind you. Well, I'm in there. I'm like, I'm gonna be that friend. I'm going to record this moment that she finds out what this baby is going to be. I kid you not. This girl went from super pumped because she was 100% sure that this was a boy to, oh my God, I don't want it. But in the end, like, what? But in the end, she was super excited. Baby was healthy. She, I think it was just the fact that it was a shock to you that you were having a mini me, and that's not what you wanted.
No, I didn't want a mini me. I was hell on wheels. I was a little firecracker. The last thing I wanted was another me roaming around. Like, I could handle a boy. Boys are so just
chill.
They're so chill.
Chill.
I helped raise my nephew for so long that I'm just like, I can understand a boy so well. I can barely understand myself. So
yeah,
no, I can't. I don't understand a girl.
Yeah.
And When I found that out, it took Olive Garden to calm me down.
Yes, it did. A ton of breadsticks.
A ton of breadsticks. Those all went to Bad Girl Jewelry, not me.
Yes.
Yes.
She needed to grow. She needed to realize what breadsticks were from Olive Garden.
I was helping her build eyeballs, you know?
Yeah. Fingernails.
Fingernails.
Fingernails. My other two memories would probably be hot rodding on the golf cart through the apartment complex, and the other one would be the pontoon boat in Rockport. Like your first shotgun. I'm pretty sure it was Kaylee's first shotgun, but just booze cruising. You know,
it was one of the best times of my life, and that was because I got so scared. Because remember, I still have it to this day, but like I get really bad carpal tunnel to where like my hand just spasms like and it'll close, and I have no feeling in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
We were drunk as fuck. I don't know whose bright idea it was. Let's jump in the water. I'm a good swimmer. I don't think I'm a bad swimmer, but I'm a bad swimmer when I only got one fucking hand. And I'm freaking out because everybody is getting on the fucking boat. And I'm like, I can't get up. Like, I don't have enough strength in this arm to lift myself because this is my strong arm, you know? And I'm like, I can't hoist myself up. And I just remember Brandon, he was just like, you gotta like lunge yourself. He goes, swim down and lunge. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, that water there was no, like, we were in the middle of a lake. There was no bottom.
And he's got like 2 feet on you. So
yes, like, I'm like, I have nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna swim with all my might, because I literally was like, I cannot die here. I cannot die here. Because I'm starting to freak out because I'm getting so tired of swimming. I was like, my legs are gonna give out any minute. I'm starting to freak out in my head.
We wouldn't have let you die.
I know. I'm fucking drunk. I was drunk and dramatic. I just remember fucking like a fish, like, and he just like fucking, I flopped on the boat. I was like, all right, my happy ass is staying on here.
Yeah, until it's time to go home. Then
until it's time to go home. Then I mean, Timmy's back.
Yeah,
and then we just got drunk on the boat.
Yeah,
I still have pictures of you. I still have pictures of you blowing up a like a ring.
It was like a ring floaty,
like a floaty.
It was like a unicorn or a pony or something, and it had like the ring around it, and then the little head, and it got really inappropriate.
It got really into someone's crotch. It's just like, all right, cool. That's what we're doing now.
That's what friends are for.
How do they do it in that movie? Like they're like harmonizing and stuff. A C, the beer, como la flor, and Portigua,
en la escuela,
biblioteca,
chimichanga. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh hi, that's your best friend. You've known each other only 5 minutes. We had some of those where you would meet somebody and I would look at you and I was like, best friend, come here. We have to talk. No, you gotta make them go away.
I feel like you're not the only person. So I'm pretty sure I get the same thing off to say, like, hey bitch, who is this? Like, introduce them.
I don't think you understand. With us gals, you got to give us a lowdown before you bring someone new in.
That's what I try to do, but then all of y'all are like, okay.
Like, I didn't think we got
stink eye.
I don't think we got the memo to add this bitch into our lives.
I give y'all the info.
Did you get this memo? I think it's, who is this bitch? She stinks. Just kidding. We're all texting behind. Are y'all talking about me? Nah.
Run! Abort!
Run.
Abort!
Okay, let's say we're all going home. We couldn't get babysitters. Our husbands or boyfriends are mad. We'll go meet at Molly's.
Oh man. I give the heads up. I'd like to, like I said, I just don't want you to come and be like, what the fuck just happened? Who was that fucking hurricane?
I've met some hurricanes before. I think we've both met some hurricanes before. Luckily, it was, I think, they got taken away. So it's like,
that's why the hurricanes, they come and they go.
I'm just like, they went shoe flight.
Yeah.
I still remember, okay, and I'm not going to bring up like names or anything, but this is how the Galentine bond of sisterhood. Our mutual friends, joint bachelor party, and somebody tried to blow smoke at us when we were driving because I think they took like a spot or something like that. But like they blew it out of proportion, just like blew all of the smoke in our face. Like, you remember? Yeah. And all of us just instantly were like, the disrespect, the shade. Why would they even think about doing that? That's just so rude. I'm like, that is when all of y'all are tight. All of us were just like, y'all need to check her. Yeah, they don't even know. They don't even realize.
Like it wasn't even like 1 against 2. It was like 1 against like 15.
15. This chick had no idea what, and I think the thing that was so just like, is that the girl in question just was completely oblivious to the disrespect that she was giving and presenting and just casting off. And
yeah,
I just looked at her, and I mean, like, I'm trying to be cordial because me, I'm very non-confrontational, but at the same time, I'm just like, I was in that car. You blew that smoke in my face too. Like,
what sucks the most is I didn't see it. Like, I heard about it because I was still in the car in the 3rd row and nobody would let me out. The seat got stuck and nobody let me out. So I started, which I am not claustrophobic, started becoming claustrophobic. And it was like panicking.
You were pissed.
And then Tyler could not understand why I was so mad. He was like, oh, are you with this group who is super mad at this girl? I was like, no, I'm this girl who's super pissed at that car because I couldn't get out. Nobody let me out.
You were fucking pissed.
So mad.
And you weren't mad at, it wasn't that you were even, you weren't consolable because you weren't mad at somebody. You were mad at the fact that this fucking car was not working for you.
This car, I was like,
calm down.
And on top of that, y'all all shut the doors. So I was by myself. And then I go into this house and everybody's like, oh, this bitch and her smoke blowing and whatever. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why am I so goddamn thirsty? I need a drink.
I want to go back.
And then it escalated. It was, yeah.
That girl, I remember so many things. And I'm just like, how in the world did people not realize what they were like?
Yeah.
I'm just like, one day. Yes. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did they say in that movie? You've been saved by an angel, girl. 1 against 15, honey. 1 against 15. Well, 15 and a half because I was pregnant.
You obviously ate from Southside, so.
I'm like, I got this. Yeah. Put my hair up in a ponytail. Let's handle.
That's good times. God. Good times.
I want to go back. I feel like I'm owed another trip to New Orleans because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. If we ever go back, I think it needs to be more like of a girls trip. I think it'd be like a super good time.
I really wanted to go back for like my 30th, but with everything happening, I maybe might be maybe a 31st birthday, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to go do something. I want to go
Yeah.
back over there for a reason, but you know, I'm not going to say like I didn't have a great time, but I was pregnant. I wanted a grenade. I didn't want to drink a whole one. I just wanted a little sippy sip. And none of y'all bitches would give me one.
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't even recommend a sip for myself.
I know. Don't get me wrong. Okay, people, for those listening, I do not condone drinking while pregnant. It's just, when the fuck else was I going to be fucking there? And when I'm saying a sip, I do not mean one of those like 2-4 second pours. No, I would have just been like, that's it. I just went, yeah, just a little taste, a little wet of the lips. And then
even now I'm like, oh.
I didn't know, like, and everybody, because y'all were just, I would see the before and after effects. So I was just like, oh, I just want a little bit, not a lot. Just put it right here. Just do the straw. Like, she's far along. She'll be okay. Just kidding.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Yeah.
Come on. I cannot be the only mother that like fathomed the thought of a sip of a drink of alcohol. Thank you. Okay, I refuse to be mom shamed. Okay, people, it is what it is. I think my mom even told me she'd drink a beer with me once. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Pregnant moms are stressed too, okay?
I think they're even more stressed. I feel like that's the best part of like reflecting on our friendship, is seeing where we've come. You know, we were these two young, carefree girls, and now we're moms, you know, now we have kiddos, and I feel like we're in different parts of our life now.
Yeah.
You know,
like we've grown up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I don't want to say it. I don't want
lot.
to like full grown up, because I mean I can still be immature, but it's like, it's like a little
same. You know, I've been able to see you evolve in the whole 9 years with Hubs, and you've been able to see me with everybody. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can throw jabs at my own self.
No judgment. No judgment at all.
No regrets. I mean, you know, it's all lessons learned in the end. But I'm glad that I'm able to see like where we've become and see us grow into like the, you know, like I don't want to say like the women, but I don't know, just, you know, just see us being big girls.
Lady. Yeah.
We're ladies. We're classy.
Ladies. Yes. Well, no, it's fun to definitely like being friends as long, and it's like with any friend that you have, like you started off like probably in like that immature stage and don't give a damn attitude, to like, okay, now I have to be responsible, you know, I have to be somewhat of a mature adult. But at the same time, like you still want to get silly with your friends, and that's perfectly okay, even if you're in your 40s or 50s. Like I hope when I'm in my 40s and 50s, I have to call my son and be like, look, mom did it again. Yes, I understand it's 2 on a Sunday, but us gals had a grand old time. You need to come pick us up. Just, please, I'll pay your gas. Like, I want to have those moments with my friends, no matter like who they are, how they are, wherever they are. Like, I want to make sure that that is going to be a constant in my life.
Definitely. And you know, we've already went past our 7-year mark threshold, so we're lifetimes, you know, so we're going to be golden girls.
Yes. Homies for life.
Homies for life.
Yes.
What would be some exiting advice you'd give for all of the Galentines out there?
The advice I would give is just never lose touch, you know, whether it is a silly meme that you saw on Facebook by text,
about a turtle,
or planning a Sunday fun day. Like, even if it's just getting brunch and you're out for 2 hours, who cares if you have your kids? Bring the damn kids. Like,
they entertain each other.
Yeah, they make friends quite easily. Like I would make friends. Just don't lose that friendship that you've built and taken the time to build and maintain just because you let your life get in the way. Like, make time for your gals, for your friends, because it'll be worth it in the end. You know, like, if they need you, they know that they can count on you to be there, and vice versa.
Agreed, man. I think that with our friendship, for sure, it is one that I hold close to my heart. So I'm only, more excited to be in that third row, getting stuck in my mid 50s, 60s. But I think I'd be fine.
Get stuck in the car in the third row. Like, you don't want that. Don't go that route.
I'll just be there. Just pop a window. I'll be fine.
It's like,
what? There's no kids here.
I'm here.
There's no kids. There's no kids. Okay, cool. No grandkids. Cool. Quiet.
Leave the ice chest, please.
Leave me the ice chest. Give me some White Claws. No laws with the claws.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all the advice I give. Just keep in contact with your friends, whether they're here or there, close or far. Like, it'll go a long way.
I don't think I could have had a better Galentine's Day today. I think that we need to definitely make this a big celebration, and we should probably get all of our close gals together maybe next year, after COVID, and we should definitely plan like a Galentine's event or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'll have it in my backyard and we play in sync. How about that?
Hell yeah. Fucking do it. So for those who are interested in wanting to come on and be a guest for the Shit My Roommate Says podcast, you can feel free to reach out to me at Gabby, Gabby, at shitmyroommatesays.com. My website is now live. You can find me www.shitmyroommatesays.com. We're also discoverable on Instagram and Facebook at SMRS_podcast. And you can listen to us. We are now streaming. I just found out I'm on iHeartRadio today, baby. Woohoo! Best Galentine's present ever. Victory dance. I'm twerking on my chair. Buddy, I'm just kidding. So yes, we are streaming now on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and many, many others. All of my links can be found at the website. Neighbor Smash, Ashley, it was wonderful having you. I love you to the moon and back and then some. Thank you for coming on today.
And beyond. Yeah, absolutely.
And beyond. You are definitely going to be coming on again. And I hope you have a wonderful Galentine's, ma'am.
Thanks. You too, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's topic and guest, just stay tuned and subscribe.